the question that's on everybody on Twitter, everybody's mind is like how this affects James Gunn, Ryan. I don't think it affects him immediately. He has a contract that runs until 2027. He's got a couple of shows in production right now. Remember, James Gunn threw a lot of shade at Marvel early on. He's like, we're gonna have finished scripts. We're gonna have finished scripts. We're not gonna do those reshoots, except when we do the reshoots for Superman, for Supergirl. They just delayed Lanterns. That's been delayed.
Oh,
you want to know why?
What happened?
Reshoots. Oh, so they're not going to kill Hal Jordan off at the end then? Okay.
No. We've talked about like Supergirl being your second movie of the franchise, being just an idiotic move, and the recent announcement of a V for Vendetta TV show, which is just so fucking on the nose for these times. It's like, please.
Just turn on the news and then you get that.
Yeah,
but that makes more sense than a Jimmy Olsen show.
Oh God, that's so fucking stupid.
And I thought this was some bullshit. My time to shine. Hello, fucking. That was a Deadline.
Well, the
Hollywood
PM,
Reporter and Deadline.
The PM in V for Vendetta is going to somehow be Trump.
Yeah.
Even though
somehow. Inevitably, he's going to be Trump. Yeah, UK first, something.
You know what? They're going to cast Shane Gillis to play Trump in it. That's
Make Britain great again is going to be the slogan of.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Netflix, because like one of the important parts of that purchase is that they're basically nothing's going to happen for a while, because it has to all get approved, which is going to take months and months and months and months. But their plan as of right now is in Q3 of 2026 to let Warner Brothers and Discovery split like they were originally planning to, right? Taking all like the linear shows and all that shit, spinning off into Discovery, and then Warner Brothers comes under their umbrella. So if you're thinking about Q3 of 2026, that means Supergirl would have released. I guess I don't know if it means fiscal quarter or not. That might be right in the middle of the Supergirl release. But I think Warner Brothers is going to have a weird time handling the James Gunn thing, because you said his contract expires in 2027 , Gary.
That's what I heard. I wasn't sure.
I think it expires in 2026. I think he got a 3-year contract. Or wait, when did he get hired? 2022 or 2023?
22.
Right at the end of when did Black Adam come out? 2023?
22 gotta be. God, how long have we been doing this fucking show?
Anyway, I think Black Adam was 22, because then Superman appeared, then Cavill was announced.
Yeah.
Then in December it was announced that James Gunn was coming on.
And then they had all those dead weight movies come out and flop, including Flash. James Gunn's favorite superhero movie
ever. Wow.
Yeah, so it was a 4-year deal, which means it would expire in late 2026.
Okay.
So as Netflix, if everything goes right, is like starting to take over Warner Brothers, is when James Gunn's contract would expire. But he's also already going to be filming Man of Tomorrow. Like Man of Tomorrow is going to be in the editing process at that point. So it's going to be a really tricky thing for them to fucking deal with.
I think they're gonna fire him, because the thing is, like, they can't afford another mediocre Superman movie. Like, they just can't. Like, they've already, like, DC has. It's a legendary company for wasting the most unwastable of IPs. It manages to somehow fumble the most guaranteed of shots again and again. Like, Netflix can't start their career owning with a DOWB and DC with another fumble.
The thing is, though, Netflix really does have the money to waste, though. They spew out so much money on just these series that bomb, no one watches, and then they just cancel and move on to the next one, and they just waste.
I don't think it's about money.
Whoa, okay, let's not, Gary. Let's not talk about it at all.
Listen, I'm Norwegian. I hate interrupting people. So
interrupt. This is FNT.
He gave you plenty of time to speak there, Arch. He gave you a good
But no, I don't think about money. Like Netflix, they must know. Everybody knows the memes. Netflix, polar bears, black bears, etc. Like everybody is going to watch every Netflix show like a hawk for the tiniest red flag because we know at this point. If Netflix really wants a good shot at really like going DC, making the full potential, they have to be careful to not get everybody on the fence. You know, they have to try and actually earn some of that good trust.
I just don't know if they care much about that because they're such a big dog, and they're, you know, for forever Netflix was in the red, right? They said, which I never believed for a second, and now they are a profitable company. They make all the money, huge amounts, and it's largely due to stuff like Disparu. You know, that the stuff that he likes. It's that background stuff. It's the foreign stuff. Lesbian and anime. Lesbian anime.
Oh, that 1.5% of the population.
Yes,
it makes all the money.
But that's what helps them. You know, because with some of their big stuff, you know, they can absorb a Witcher failure where they spend $750 million on this show. They can absorb that, and that's not good. Because that means we don't really feel like we have to earn it, especially when it comes to DC. And I don't think you can fire James Gunn right now. If you want to keep away from another mediocre Superman movie, you should fire James Gunn. Absolutely. Because he will just make another mediocre, at best, Superman movie. That's not even a Superman movie. The Superman sequel is not a Superman movie. It's a team movie.
You could fire him. You just have to pay out his contract.
Yes. Well, anything's possible, but the problem is you're rebooting DC again, you know, and Warner Brothers brought this on themselves. They are America's dumbest company. They could have done a DCU in the 80s. They could have done this, and they're always chasing Marvel or grabbing people from Marvel or having Marvel in their head instead of being DC. You know, they at least tried that with Snyder, and it would be funny as hell if they brought back the Snyderverse. But like,
but what if Netflix went, okay, we've acquired Warner, we're going into production of a Batman TV show.
That's what I was wondering.
Show. Now that I'll be like, you've got my attention big time.
Well, that because like superheroes honestly would work better in an episodic format.
Absolutely,
they work better for TV than movies.
We've been calling for a Batman TV show forever, but this is Netflix. So let's talk about the last DC thing they adapted. It's called Sandman. And what did they do with Sandman?
Race swaps.
Yep. So
because that's the thing, the woke isn't gone yet. It's on the retreat, sure, but the people who did it are still in these companies.
You can't fucking reboot DC again. And this is a forced error that goes back to 2008 with Warner Brothers. So they brought this, and this is their crown jewel. DC is their crown jewel. It's incredible how stupid they've been. And all we're going to get is just they're going to line up Batman. And maybe we'll finally get the Batman show, but like it's going to be a Batman show that looks like that animated series that Warner Brothers sold off to Prime.
Yep. Like there's not a good option there because you say they can't reboot it, and I agree, it's fucking ridiculous, especially if they just rebooted it, but they're going to have to. And they for once, maybe they cannot shoot themselves in the foot. I don't think it, but I mean, again, like it's so easy. You want to start rebuilding good faith. Okay, you've got solid stories. You've got the DC animated universe. You've got loads of fans. You've got loads of goodwill. If you will just do the thing. I mean, the reboot of Superman, where everyone was like, okay, just cast Cavill to play the hopeful Superman, and you'll win 50% of the audience out of the door. And they decided, no.
No, I'm not sure they have to reboot it because no one had a problem with the actors in Superman. And so you could just do another Superman movie and entirely change the tone. And I think people would accept it. I don't think it has to fit in that well in the universe, especially when a company's been bought. You just carry on and hope people can keep up with it kind of thing. And especially when it comes to Batman, as there isn't a Batman one yet, that's kind of entirely their own property. And they can just entirely decanonize everything about Peacemaker.
Well, the Batman's going, it starts filming in January, doesn't it?
Right. So at the moment, there's not really a connected universe. It's Superman and then Man of Tomorrow, and then that's kind of it for there. I mean, you got Peacemaker, but whatever that's TV trash.
Nobody cares about it.
We have a Batman, which is a completely separate universe, and then we have Clayface, which is another completely separate universe. So they just go.
That's now been Clayface has now been incorporated into James Gunn's universe.
But they could easily, after
but
they
it wasn't written that way.
But
now it is because awesome.
We plan things here at DC.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Man of Tomorrow's been announced with no script.
My bet
he's only going to announce films that got scripts ready. Okay, James Gunn.
My bet is WB is going to be stupid. That's I think I can take that to the bank.
I don't even know if that's a bet. I think that's just reality.
It's just rhetorical.
Conclusion. It's going to be bad. Whatever decisions they make, regardless of who buys them, is going to be bad. We have no other evidence to lead us in any other direction.
I love the way you put that. We have no evidence of DC ever not being idiots.
Yes. They're trying to relaunch a superhero cinematic universe when the desire for superhero films is dying.
Yeah,
so to think about doing that again is idiotic. So you would have to move forward with some semblance of what you have now and have somebody else run it. I don't know how they do that because political capital is something that matters in Hollywood. So you risk pissing off and embarrassing James Gunn, which you should. As a business, who gives a fuck? I know that's like who gives a shit, but they care. They care.
And that's what I mean by it's so complicated, right? Because I don't think they fire him, but this I felt like before the purchase, like pretend that Warner Brothers isn't even getting sold or whatever, that there was a 50-50 shot whether James Gunn was actually going to continue on past his contract, with the reception to Superman, the reception to Peacemaker, all that stuff. But now you get put in this very tricky situation where if James Gunn's contract expires at the end of 2026, and he already will have filmed Man of Tomorrow at that point, it'll be in the editing process. That movie is still going to be coming out. If you let it expire and you let him know you're going to let it expire, what does he do in the build-up? Does he just start announcing a bunch of things almost willy-nilly, right? In an effort to get people excited so that you then can't, and you kind of force their hands into keeping him there. It could get very, very messy, especially when you don't know when Netflix might own it. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, but they can stir up a lot of shenanigans in the transition process for sure. And yeah, I think James Gunn is going to throw up the bat signal again. So we have 2 Batman movies coming up. Ultimately, I think Matt Reeves wins. It's out of Snyder and Gunn, Matt Reeves is going to get his couple movies and a TV series.
It is funny to watch some of the entertainment Twitter people, entertainment space Twitter people, because they hated the idea of Paramount getting it because of the Trump connection to the Ellisons and everything, and the fear that look what they're going to do to CNN, look at what they're going to do to all these things, they're going to make Batman MAGA, whatever, this type of freak out. But now that it's Netflix, because that's so bad for the business in general, now they're losing their minds trying to justify asking Trump and the government to step in so that they can sell it to his friends so that Netflix doesn't get it.
For the chaos factor, this is wonderful to talk about. Break out the popcorn because it's going to be a shit show.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.